Well, hello, 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 and welcome back to another episode of the Summer Spotlight 2020. I am your host, Gayle Nicholson. Thanks so much for joining me again today. Oh, this is another hot, hot summer week here in Arizona. It was 117 degrees in Arizona, well, here where I'm at near Phoenix yesterday. My European and, well, everywhere else but America, please do the conversion for yourself. I've never understood it as to how hot that is in Celsius, but you don't have to do the math. It was effing hot. Okay. All right. Now, I have an amazing guest for you today that is tuning in with us all the way from Venice, Italy. She is absolutely stellar and a wonderful high performance coach. Let me introduce you to Lara Badiali, high performance coach with Life with Lara. Thank you so much for being here today, Lara. Did I butcher your name?
No, you actually said it perfectly. Yes, really impressed. Thank you, Gail, for this. Really excited to be here with you.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, you are a busy, busy girl, jet setting and hopping all over the world. Where have you been since the last time I talked to you, just a couple weeks ago?
I was in London when we first spoke, and then I went to Rome, and then I moved up Italy to just come to Venice and just get some beach and some swimming pool, some sun, because that's what a girl needs in summer.
Awesome, awesome. It doesn't it. That is exactly what a girl needs in summer. Some sun, some beach, some salt air to breathe. Yes, maybe some oiled up
Good wine.
bodies on the sand.
Yes, love that.
um, oh, well, what was I going to ask you about? Oh, give us a little, just a short little update, if you would, about how Italy is doing with the virus and coming out of and opening up. What's going on over there?
So at the moment, we were the first one to have the lockdown. So we handled the situation pretty well, and that meant a lot of the issues for the economy of Italy that was already not in the best state ever. At the moment, we are trying to open up again. We still need to have masks. We still need to keep the social distancing, and shops are open. They're all open. There's hand sanitizer at the beginning, as soon as you enter the shop, so you can sanitize. And there's always some sales assistant that actually checks up on you and says, please do it, and please put the mask on. And they literally will not allow you in if you don't have it. So they're being very, very cautious about it, and which is good, which I do appreciate. Luckily, at the moment, we don't need to put a mask on to go to the beach. We don't need to put a mask on to go to the swimming pool, because up until 2 weeks ago, we still had to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So Italy decided to still be in the emergency state of COVID, but our deaths are slowing down and our hospitals are not as full as they were. So it's looking positive.
That's good. That's good.
Just hoping. But yeah, it is looking positive.
That's good to hear. Thank you for that little update. It's very good to hear that you guys are still being considerate, compassionate, and concerned, even though things are getting better, and they're obviously getting better if the death rate's going down.
Yeah.
So that's so good to hear, because I think for me, I think, and a lot of us in America, Italy was the canary in the mine, so to speak. You're the first one to really go, okay, we got to get a handle on this. So seeing your progress gives us hope, because what's going on in America right now is just insane. So let's go. Let's focus in a little bit on Lara Badiali and what
Yes.
you do as a high performance coach. So give me a little idea of your background. What's your story? Who do you help?
My story, I love that. Um, I'm Italian. Okay, I'm in Italy because I'm originally Italian. I moved to London when I was 22. I'm 30 now. And I moved to London because I was looking for a better quality of life. I mean, for my whole life, I couldn't stay in one place. And I always felt out of place, like something wasn't right or something wasn't actually fitting and that I was different. So I moved to London. I got myself a 9-to-5 job. I've always been very organized, and so I became a duty manager for a 4-star hotel. But that still wasn't enough, and I kept on wanting more and more and more. I lost 20 kilos moving from Italy to London. Yeah, it was great. So women started coming to me and asked me how I lost this weight and everything. So I decided that more that I wanted, aside from a 9-to-5 job, was health coaching and helping women just regain their confidence in their bodies and losing weight, of course. But I realized that not even that was enough. And I've always been a massive fan of our brain. Okay, our brain is our best friend. Well, it can be our best friend and our worst enemy. It depends on how we use it and what we want from it. And it retains so much power. And what we need to do is just learn to control our thoughts, and it can literally open up your mind to so many possibilities. So I decided to take a really long, expensive course on life coaching. And that was the best thing I've ever did. Like literally every lesson that I was taking was like, yes, I want to do this for my whole life. Yes, I really like this. And this is the path that I want to take. So I took my certification. I finished my diploma in psychology because I thought I needed it. And I opened my business. And what I decided to do, because life coaching was too much of a broad topic to talk about, I decided to specialize in goal settings and time management, because it's something that I could talk about day in and day out without even getting bored. And there's so many different aspects of goal setting and time management that there's so much to talk about. So now I help entrepreneurs that feel overwhelmed, and they feel overwhelmed because there's never enough time. So they've got this busy schedule and they've got so many things to do, but the time is always running out. And I have a 12 weeks program that changes their vision and changes their business and their life, because you can reach success. You can absolutely do that. You just need a really good structure and a good mindset, and you need to be aligned with what you do and who you are and what you truly want. So now I just help them figure it all out.
I think that's absolutely amazing. And you kind of remind me of my daughter, and that very, very organized, and no, it's not enough. This not enough. This not, gotta keep, yeah. And that's absolutely phenomenal, because I think, honestly, that's what a lot of people have, self-ambition, right? And they can get themselves to a certain point, and then it gets big, and their skills for managing all the pieces that need to be done don't fit that need. So they either, like stagnate under the surface of the water and end up like kind of drowning, or they might make these reaching gasps for air, and this week is good, and then next week it all falls out again. Exactly. And the missing component is a buddy or an accountability partner or a coach that keeps you on track. Yes? Absolutely. Awesome. So why do you think that, you don't get to use what I just said as your answer, but what do you think that stops entrepreneurs from being successful?
Okay, well, there's a few things. I would say that is a lack of strategy, a fear of failure, lack of consistency, okay, because that we need consistency in our business, like in our life, poor organization, and I'm going to say another one, okay, that is a bit provocative, okay, but I really like it, and is that they take too many days off.
Ouch.
Yes.
Ouch.
Because to be an entrepreneur, you need to show up, and that means showing up every day, and not just showing up to your audience, of course, because your audience needs to see your face every day. They need to feel from you. You need to show up to yourself. And the thing is that most entrepreneurs or wannabe entrepreneurs don't want to do the groundwork. And they just believe that it's so easy to just become millionaires overnight, which never happens. Okay, this literally never happens. And unfortunately, in this society, everything seems so easy. And there are coaches that come out there and they're like, you know what, I'll give you financial freedom in 6 weeks. That's not happening. That literally, that is not happening. Like, there's gurus that tell you, oh, you need to just do less and you will attract more. And they just don't see it, and people believe it. And that's the issue, that entrepreneurs actually believe it and say, oh yeah, that's true. Oh, he made it in 6 weeks. No, he didn't, because he's just showing you like the tip of the iceberg. Like, yeah, you can see that right now the coach or the entrepreneur or this person that you want to follow is making 6-7 figures. That's absolutely fine. But what has he done for the past 3 years? What has he done for the past 5 years? How many hours did he put in before he can allow himself to just work 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day? Because you can reach that point, or you can reach that stage of working 3-4 hours a day and then just close everything up, okay, and go by the beach. And that is the dream of every entrepreneur. I mean, that's why we all start, I think, to just have that financial freedom and that ideal lifestyle. But many people are just scared of working hard.
Yeah.
And building a business is not for the weak. I don't think it's for the weak. Like, there are moments of just chaos and doubts, and there's lessons, and there's financial instability, there's stress, and there's struggles, and there's obstacles that you need to be able to transform into an opportunity, and failures that you need to transform into an experience, because a failure is just an experience. And you need an entrepreneur mindset, ideally. And it's not for everybody. I get that it's not for everybody, but that is what really makes it or breaks it. And so yeah, so it's kind of a lot of things on why entrepreneurs don't make it, okay, but it is ideally that.
Yeah, then what you're saying makes a lot of sense. I was just talking to an entrepreneur the other day that went away for the weekend, came back, and there was a bunch of stuff to clean up, we'll put it that way. And one of the things that he said just kind of stuck in my head, and he says, I started a business because I didn't want to work.
Wait, what? I mean, how are we getting that?
No, what he meant was he didn't want to do the actual grunt labor that he was hiring other people to do. But part of what had to be cleaned up was somebody quit and he had to go take care of those jobs, right? So, I mean, I get his mindset, but is that not like the core mindset of anybody who goes into business for themselves? Most of the time it's because they don't want to show up and take orders from somebody else and work, right? So they try to create something for themselves that's going to seem like less work. And then, bam, it's a fish in the face when you go, look, you're going to be working 12, 14, 16 hours a day. Just consider it 24/7 until you can get to the point where you've got people doing the work that needs to be done and you're just supervising, you know. But it takes time. You're absolutely right. It takes time to get there. So what are some of the best tips that you can give an entrepreneur, right, for productivity? What can they do?
Okay. Tips. Steps. I like to work in steps because I feel like it's more linear and it's just easier. First things is be extremely clear on what you want. I understand life is not easy, okay, and finding your passion can be hard, especially if you've got many talents and if you like to do so many things, but you need to have a clear goal in mind. And that is for every aspect of your life, not just business, okay? The more aligned you are with your life and your health and your nutrition and your meditation in your mind and your business, the more everything gets aligned together and the more chances of success you're going to have in your business. So have a really clear goal in mind. And once that is done, once you have that goal, I'm a big fan of to-do lists, okay? So is to create a really long to-do list with everything that you need in order to be done to reach that goal. and it needs to be very specific. Extremely, the more specific it is, the easier it will be. Because once you have that to-do list in front of you, then you can prioritize and you can decide what really needs your attention now, what can be put to the side, because certain things we really don't need them. But just because it's written over there, you're like, oh yeah, well, I might as well do it. And maybe it's the thing that is not going to help you in your business at all, but you're still doing it because it's on your to-do list. So prioritize. Choose if there is something that you can batch. Now, batching is the lifesaver of an entrepreneur that has some content to create. I love batching content. It's just social media and batching just go along together in an amazing way. It saves your mental state, it saves your business, it saves the fact that you can actually show up consistent because you've batched before. So you're not just like grasping for air all the time.
Right.
And then once that is done, you need to schedule in the things that you need to do. So you get a planner and you schedule it all out. One important thing is to schedule me time. Because yes, those 14, 16 hours a day that you need to work as an entrepreneur until you get there, it needs to have the me time. Even if it's just an hour in the evening. Even if it's just, you know what, in this hour, I'm just going to take a bubble bath. I'm going to read a book. That is not a motivation book. A business book is a beautiful love story. And
Jim Butcher's got a book coming out tomorrow. Sorry.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. My favorite author's book is finally coming out after 5 or 6 years or something like that. And it took so long writing it because they've split it into 2 books, and there's going to be another book coming out in October. So I'm so sorry to just jump in on it, but I'm so excited because it's a new book. But yeah.
So ideally, in your schedule, it's coming tomorrow, right? So you're buying it tomorrow. When are you going to have it?
Oh, I'm not positive. It's supposed to be delivered on the day that it is, when you do the pre-order, it's supposed to be delivered on the day that it's released. So we'll see if the Postal Service cooperates.
We'll see that. But ideally, in your schedule, then you're going to have some me time to actually read that book.
Yes.
And
I want to point out, before we do move on to the next step, that me time doesn't always have to be at the same time of day, right?
Absolutely.
You know, if on Wednesday morning you have, early breakfast or an early yoga class, and then on Thursday, you want a bubble bath at 9 o'clock at night, that's totally doable. Just put the self-time in there. Sorry.
Exactly.
Now go ahead, please.
No, but you're completely right, because it really helps. And it just it grounds you and it allows you to just take a breather and then be even more productive in throughout your week. Because otherwise you're just sometimes your brain just needs a breather. Even a 10 minutes walk in the park, even just that, and that will help you so much. But then once that is scheduled, there's one thing that is so important. Mm-hmm. You need to act. And that is it. You literally need to do what is written down. Mm-hmm. That is the easiest.
And that's where mindset coaching comes in, everyone.
Exactly. That's supposed to be the easiest, but now you've done all the work. Okay, you told yourself what you need to do. You prioritize everything. Okay, you said, okay, this is how I reach my goal. Cool. All I have to do is this. Do it. Mm-hmm. I mean, don't find any other excuses. You just do it. And then celebrate. Once you've done it, celebrate. I love to celebrate once a week. So you've got weekly goals, because I have my goals in yearly and then monthly and then weekly, and then I have my daily to-do lists. So once a week, you reach the goal, you celebrate.
Nice.
And
now, what do you recommend for celebrating? Because entrepreneurs early on don't have a lot of money, right? Necessarily.
Oh, cheap wine.
There's always cheap wine. There is always cheap wine. Some of us are in Italy and can get cheaper, better wine than others, but Oh, awesome. That's wonderful. Any other ideas beyond cheap wine?
Let me see. Apart from the bubble bath, that can be considered a celebration. I love TV shows. Okay, so I would say watch 4 hours of your favorite TV shows. I'm capable of doing it. So watch 4 hours of your favorite TV show. Watch a movie that you've always wanted to watch, or just like go on a dinner date or order sushi in, and literally spend some quality time with yourself or with your partner if you want to spend quality time with your partner, and just like truly take it all in and look at the week that just went by and said, oh, you know what? I've actually progressed in this week. I did something for my business. And that is worth celebrating, because I've had this issue in which I never tend to celebrate. I would just go to the next goal and the next goal and the next goal and the next goal. And then one day my partner was like, can't you see how much you've accomplished? And I'm like, what? I was like, look back. So I was like, oh yeah, actually I did that. Oh, actually I did that as well. So it was just like, oh, I need to stop, maybe. I need to add the celebration together into it, because otherwise it's just a vicious circle, and you never take in, and you never just stop and allow yourself to be proud of yourself.
Yeah, that is one of my character defects as well, and I've had to take to having one dedicated journal just for wins, because right, wrong, or otherwise, I can't see stuff. Even looking back, it would take somebody else to go, but you did this, and I go, oh, God, I did, didn't I? You know. So keep a journal. That's what I started doing, is keeping a journal of those wins, so that I can go back and review it and go, yeah, I'm not an imposter. I'm not an imposter. I did these things. Right? It does so much to go, you know what? Get the monster off your face. You're not that.
Exactly. Absolutely. And it helps your mindset, and it'll give you a boost of saying, okay, you know, you've done all this. Okay, you can do it. It's okay. Just keep going. The progress will come. Because sometimes we just work and work and work, and by not celebrating, we don't see all that we've done, and we think that we can't do it. And then if you just stop to look back and say, you've actually done it. You've done it once, you've done it twice, you did this. You thought you couldn't do this, but then look at that. Look at where you are. So it's always good to just take a step back and just breathe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Take it all in.
Awesome. So I'm utterly enthralled with you and your enthusiasm and all of that. But for those of us who are still like, why should anybody pick you as a coach? Why you instead of anybody else on the planet?
Well, because I'm fabulous. That is the right answer. Okay, that's what I have. Okay.
Works for me.
Okay. So I consider myself a no-nonsense high-performance coach. And that is because, am I allowed to swear? I'm allowed to swear, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't accept bullshit. I wasn't even a bad swear word. But yeah, I don't accept
Come
bullshit.
on, you got better ones than that.
Like, I literally don't like excuses. I don't accept them. I don't condone them. And they are useless. Literally, the excuses are useless, okay? So I push my clients to be the best version of themselves, as well as giving them techniques that they can use and reuse to just do around their whole schedule. And I make them work hard, because without hard work, like, there's no substitute with hard work, okay? Like, literally there isn't, okay? In life and in business, if you want something, you must put in the work. Right. And I'm that type of coach. I tell you need to put in the work. I won't just tell you that it's just all roses again, that everything's just going to be fine and you're not going to be stressed out. And I'm quite the opposite. But the more balanced you are, the easier things turn out. So the thing is that you can have an amazing strategy, but if your mindset is not right, then what happens is that as soon as something goes wrong in your strategy, or there's an obstacle, everything crumbles. Mm-hmm. And vice versa, you can have a really bad mindset, but your strategy, well, the other way around, you can have a really good strategy, okay, but your mindset is not good, and you will crumble as well. So you need to have a sort of balance between absolutely everything. Otherwise, your dreams will always be lovely dreams, but will never transform into goals. So that's where I come in. Like in my program, I go from obstacles to time management techniques, to goal settings, to getting out of your comfort zone, because you need to get out of your comfort zone to do things that you've never done before. There is a whole week on the importance of social media and content creation. And there's another one on personal development, because everything needs to be into one. Like there's a whole, it's not just a business, there's a whole that needs to be taken care of. And another thing is that I commit, like I truly commit to the actual client. I study what they do, so I can give the best tips, I can give the best advice, I can give the best worksheets for them. So it's not just like, okay, you know what, this works for all. I work one-to-one, and that really means one-to-one. Like I am your best friend for 12 weeks and I'm your worst enemy, because I will shout at you sometimes, okay, and make you work hard, and you're going to hate me again. And the thing is that I don't care if at one point you hate me, because as long as after the 12 weeks you're like, all right, I did it, I'm cool with that. You can hate me, you can swear at me, okay, for all that matters. I don't care. You can shout, have a tantrum at me, okay, that's fine. But as long as I'm making your life better, and I know that I'm making your life better, okay, and I'm making a difference, then I'm cool with that.
That's
I'm literally
awesome.
cool with that.
You know, that's probably the most inviting response that I've ever gotten to a question like that, because I'm one of those people that's like, you can't handle me. You can't handle me. You're somebody I think could handle me, because I'm a smart rat. Oh man, I am a smart rat. So it's got to take something special to outfox the fox that's outfoxing the fox in my head.
I love that.
It could be you. So, what's your long-term vision for this? You know, are you gonna convert everybody on the planet? What's up there?
Not everybody. I heard many people as I can, but no. So I mainly do yearly goals. So long-term vision would be 2 to 3 year goals. I sell planners, okay. I sold a planner in 2020, and I've got my new one coming out in October, depending when I decide to launch it, for 2021. And I love to do my yearly goals because they're achievable and I can actually see them. And I have a vision board, and I create also a vision board. And when it comes to long term, so 2-3 years, I would love to do 6 months in Bali. And just focus on me, like keep the coaching, of course, and focus on just personal development. And I've recently gone into yoga and meditation and mindfulness. So I really want to discover a whole new side of myself and discover an island that everybody's talking about. And I'm like, really, truly, like everybody's going to Bali. I want to go Bali. I'm in Venice. Okay, I'm grateful that I'm in Venice, but I really want to go Bali. Okay. And in terms of business, and I want to launch a hybrid course that has everything that an entrepreneur needs. So take those 12 weeks programs that I do one-on-one and transform it into a course with worksheets to follow, with ready-made templates. And I call it hybrid because it's a self-taught course, but then it will have my input and my accountability, because I need to kick your butt. Because I feel like if people don't get their butts kicked, then they just, like, self-taught courses are great and they're amazing, but you need the accountability. You need somebody to tell you, hey, why have you not done that? Okay, that was in schedule, okay, for this week. Now, why haven't you done it? Oh, because I had a headache. Take your paracetamol, okay, get the headache gone, okay, and keep on working. Because if you're not consistent with yourself, then you won't be consistent with your business. And if you're not consistent with your business, then, well, you're not going anywhere, really. You're just, you're doing the same things over and over again. Don't remember who says this saying, is like, you keep on doing the same things over and over again, like expecting something to change.
Yes.
Like, well, it doesn't work that way. You get the same result by doing the same things over and over again. So and then a podcast. I would really, really love to launch a podcast.
Awesome stuff.
So that is the big vision.
That's phenomenal. All right. So how do people get registered for this upcoming 12-week course?
So come to me. Okay. My private messages are always open, whether it's on Lara Badiali. I need to put my Italian accent on to say it. Or on Life with Lara. You could just message me. You find me on Instagram. I'm at the Selfaholic. So THE_selfaholic. So the one that always thinks about herself, because I truly love myself, and it's just like I try to put that to all my audience, that they need to love themselves and be full of love for themselves. I am opening a new Instagram account that will be focused solely on coaching, and that is Life with Lara Coaching. But there's no followers right now. Okay, so it's like you won't find absolutely anything. It's in the making. It's literally, I'm batching the whole content so that I can be consistent. I'm a big fan of batching. So I'm batching it all up.
Awesome.
And then ask me questions, like truly ask me questions. Come and have a discovery call with me, which is free. Okay, I give 30 to 40 minutes free, so we can find out a strategy and see if the actual program is fit for you. Because some people just say, well, it won't work for me, and some people, I don't see them fit for myself. And because I'm the one that commits my time and my effort and everything, I really want people to succeed. And I really need them committed to say, you know what, I have this goal and I've got 12 weeks and I really want to do this. And I'm like, okay, cool. Let's have a chat. Let's see if you like what I'm teaching. Okay, let's see if you like what I'm giving to you, and we'll go from there.
Awesome. Okay, so on Facebook, Lara Badiali, and
yes.
Or you can reach out to her through her website at lifewithlaura.com, and all of her contact information will be in the description as well. So please reach out to Lara, have a great conversation with her, decide whether or not it's a fit for you. Some people really aren't prepared for her level of accountability, and some people are craving it and not finding it anywhere else. So if you are one of those that goes, most of these guys out here, or girls, either one, just couldn't handle my growling tiger, then Lara may be able to help. All right. So, do you have a final thoughts for our audience before we leave today?
Don't show up only on good days. Literally, show up every day. Okay, just wake up with a headache. Cool. Take a paracetamol. Take 2 hours and get back to doing what you need to do. Don't just sit on the couch doing nothing and wasting the whole day, because literally time, we can create it, okay, because there's techniques to create the time, but it never comes back. And once it's gone, it's gone. Like it's gone, and you can't take it back. And you need to do everything that you can in order to make your time valuable, and that is so important. Otherwise you'll regret it. Like literally, you will regret it. You will look back and say, oh, I haven't done anything, when I could have created an empire, okay, if I just switched off Netflix, okay, or Amazon Prime, and just focused on what I really need to focus. So you can do it all. You can truly do it all, if you're willing to put the work in, that is. But you can do it all.
Wonderful words of wisdom, Lara. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, everybody, have a fantastic week again. If you're in a cold space, get warm. If you're in a hot space, get cool. Love you all. Take care, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye.
Bye.
When you open actual energy work, makes that recovery progress so much faster. That recovery is possible. You do not have to live as a victim until your last days. You have unbelievable strength, and I know that because you're still here. Do you want to create something completely unrecognizable with your life. I can show you how.